Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello, people, and welcome to Footy Judge Mo. Liverpool are targeting two wingers in Barcola and Mbaye. It looks like Mbaye is too expensive for them. Barcola is too expensive for them. Why is Iraola not backed? Chelsea, the Enzo talk starting. Chelsea gave a deadline to Man City to buy Enzo Fernández for £120 million. Is he actually worth it? Is he an upgrade on Rangers, actually? Is he worth that much money? And if Man City get that midfield, would they be the best midfield in the league? If they get Enzo, they got Elliot Anderson, they got Shirky, they got Kovacic, they got Phil Foden. Rodri's still on the table for Barcelona. It looks like Barcelona are coming up with the money to get that as well. Arsenal, Bruno Guimarães. I don't want to speak transfers with Arsenal as much as, does Bruno Guimarães take Arsenal to the next level? Is he the guy to take them to the next level? Also, the Arsenal attacker still, there is Julian Alvarez talk. There is others as well. But we got a great panel for you with new guys. But you know, the touchline is here playing with his phone, beefing with people in the chat as usual. Of course, touchline facts. We got Ledge back on the channel after a long summer on vacation after being champions of England, of course, after backing the boys to win it. But we got two new faces right here. Matt, of course, is here with us. If you guys have not seen him before, his channel is called the Stamford Sync. He's actually a great YouTuber, upcoming. He's doing great work, of course, on YouTube. Matt is here with us, a new Chelsea rep. I promised you new faces, and we got new faces, of course. Matt is here. And we got Josh, who you have seen on Sam's channel before, of course, with the Cup Tribunal show, of course, on his channel. How is everyone doing, people?
Good.
We're good, man. I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm good.
Can we just get this out of the way before we start? Hit that like button, people. Can we get that out of the way before we actually go into the show? I want to ask Josh and Matt, since I haven't streamed with you before. Who's your favorites to win the league next season, Josh?
Pains me to say it, but Arsenal.
Oh, you're a Liverpool fan that hate Arsenal. All right, then.
Yeah.
Matt, you definitely hate Arsenal. Who's your favorite to win the league next season?
I hate to say it, man, but I think after winning the league, getting to Champions League final, the only manager that's actually built a project already and doesn't have like a lot of transition going on, I think Arsenal have to be the favourites.
We know touchline's favourites are Manchester United, of course, with Michael Carrick. You think that Man United are favourites?
Yeah, I think we're going to win the league, but I didn't say we're favourites. That's the conversation. Favourites still do something and do it.
You again. If you think you'd win the league, that means you think you're favourites to win the league.
No, it doesn't, because I can be favourites to do something and not do it. I said I can okay, cool. When PSG won the Champions League, right, the first time, you know, they were 10-1, right, to win that. That's like if you put £10 on, you get £100 back.
So that means it's
They
against
weren't
odds.
even
That
in like the
means
top 5 favourites to win the champs, and they won the champs.
That means no one predicted them to win the league. I'm asking
I did. I predicted them to win the Champions League that year, and they won it.
So they were your favourites.
No, they weren't my favourites. They wouldn't have been favourites. They would have been my. No, because I think a prediction is different.
The logic. I don't think he understands the logic.
A prediction is different to favourites, I think.
If prediction is not based on logic, that means it's a shot in the
dark.
So
if I play PSG away and I say I think we're going to beat them, right? We're not favourites to beat them. Factually, we're not favourites. No.
But in your eyes, okay, forget it. In your eyes, your personal preference. If I sit here and say I think Inter will win the Champions League, in my eyes, I think Inter are the favorites to win the Champions League because that is the definition of my favorites to win the league.
It's like your number one choice.
Am I wrong here?
Isn't it?
Am I wrong?
I would say.
There's a difference. There's a difference between my favorites and the favorites. The bookies are different favorites.
That's why I asked you guys. I didn't ask about the bookies. I asked Josh, Matt, Touchline, and Led.
You didn't ask me who I think is going to win the league. You asked me who my favourites are. Arsenal are the favourites. They have all the expectation on them because they're the current champions. And they got Zuba Mick, and he's been here for 8 years. Carrick's been here for 1 year. He's only in phase 1.
The real question is, who do you think is going to win the league then?
Man United.
If it's not him. Okay, so why do you think United are going to win the league? If you've only signed Santos,
it's a great question.
Santos, and who else? Who's the other guy? Tielemans. That's
big Rashi's coming back as well. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Big Rashi's coming back.
Right. So that's it.
Yeah, I don't think you've. What have you done, Bruno Guimarães and Tesalis or whatever his name is?
Why is that a problem?
I think that is a problem because I think your attack is a glaring issue in your team.
A glaring issue that won the league and also got to a Champions League final.
Yeah, that's fine. It's still a glaring issue.
20 goals from Gyökeres. People said he won't bag 20 goals. So
I didn't say that. I'm saying it's a glaring issue in your team. If you're going to sit there and try and tell me that
a glaring issue that Saka was injured. You know, we had that inconsistency.
Saka played 30+ league games last season.
Yeah, 30+ league. Did he start 30+ league games?
He started 25 league games and scored 7 goals.
He started 25 league games. How many did he finish?
Like,
bro, you're coming like
25.
Bro, you're naming numbers after we play 60 games throughout a season. Saka played half of them. Now you're talking about
no, that's in the league. In the league, he didn't play 60 games. In the league, he started 25 games. In all competitions, he probably played about 45.
Saka's outfit was kind of by design, though, wasn't it? Because Arsenal's focus was on finding other ways to score goals, right? It wasn't just Saka that underperformed attacking-wise for Arsenal last season. Gyökeres didn't do particularly well. No one on the left wing was particularly putting him away. Martinelli, do you know what I mean? So the reason Arsenal won the league is because they pulled their focus into other spaces, which, I think means Saka definitely suffered a little bit. But if you look at the profile of Bruno G, that to me indicates that they're probably going to start playing more attacking football next season. Premier League have changed a load of rules to make things more difficult for some of the ways that Arsenal were getting.
They haven't improved their attack
as well. But Saka on his day is arguably one of the best attacking players in the league. I think it'd be disingenuous to say otherwise, just because he didn't absolutely smash it last season when they focused on another point in the pitch. So if Arsenal go back to attacking football, you might see better performances from the likes of Saka and Gyökeres, maybe.
I agree with that.
Ledge, is Arsenal's window finished in your opinion?
No. I think
they can still strengthen the attack.
We could definitely still strengthen the attack. And in my personal opinion, I think we need someone in defense. Obviously, we know that we're in for Konsa. So I personally wouldn't be going in for Konsa because 60 million from Aston Villa is extortionate, in my personal opinion. So, I don't know who we should be going for in terms of in the market and what the value is. But 60 million for Konsa, I don't know, but we definitely need someone in defense, in my personal opinion, because Saliba's out for God knows how long. So if we can get anyone to cover in defense on the right back and the centre back at the same time, then I think we're solid. We don't necessarily need to get someone in attack. I hear the rivals, I hear the media, I hear everyone talking about the noise on Arsenal's attack. This attack that's not prolific, this attack that's wasn't great last year, achieved what they did. So if only they're able to get better this year and get a consistent run of games, I definitely think they're going to be better off. we had Havertz out throughout the whole season. You know, we had Moreno who could play there possibly out throughout the whole season. So it's like we had holes in the team, but if you look at the team right now, hardly anyone's injured apart from Timber. So we have a capable team. We have a strong team. Yeah, well, and Saliba. Yeah, Timber and Saliba. But yeah, we have a capable and strong team. Although, yeah, we're missing 2 solid guys. So, like, I'm not in a panic state. I know everyone wants to focus on the attack. Yeah, we definitely should strengthen an attack. I'm not saying what the attack did last year was enough. I'm saying, yeah, it was what it was. It achieved what it needed to achieve, you know, and I'm not gonna beat it down for that. But the problem here is if we don't sign anyone up front on the left wing, I still think Martinelli is capable of having a better season than he did last year. Hopefully he does. I'm not sitting here saying Martinelli's certainly going to have a better season because we've seen more from Martinelli, but he's inconsistent. Now, Solis, the new signing on the left wing, he looks good. That's all we can say right now because it's pre-season. We can only judge him, I guess, halfway through the season. Let's say, you know, he's looking like he's prolific, giving us a few assists. He looks good. He looks good on the corners. So he's a replacement for Declan Rice when Declan Rice ain't there. Saka's not there. You know, like, so there's positives to look at on the attack, but the fact that we didn't get Vinny, and that's like the next beating stick, saying, oh yeah, we need an attack. I don't know, man. I feel like we aimed for the stars there. Obviously, we didn't get it. We want someone as, you know, star quality as Vinny. That's what Arsenal need. That's what we need to get to the next level. So if there's no one there in the market, I don't think it's wise going out into the market and splashing that sort of money for no reason, if anyone thinks otherwise.
To be fair, I think Bruno Guimarães and Solis are good signings. I don't know if they get you to the Champions League. I think if you got Vinny, then I probably would have said you guys win the Champions League. As much as that, I don't want to say that, but yeah, I think you need one more solid to great attacking body, and I think then definitely you have a chance. Like for me, when I watched the Champions League final, the issue was you guys weren't clinical enough with your attack, and obviously you guys played well in that game. PSG only equalised because of the penalty, but Arsenal definitely could have scored 2 or 3 in that game. I think if they had that X factor up top, which I don't think they have, then I think they probably win that game. So I think one more solid to great attacking body probably takes Arsenal to that next level.
As an Arsenal fan, what style of football do you think you're going to play next season? Because it was such a massive change last season, because you were, like 2 seasons ago, one of the better looking attacking teams in the league, and all your attackers are scoring loads of goals and it's free flowing football and it's all like, oh, wicked. And then Arteta goes through his Mourinho phase and he's just like, do you know what? I'm just going to defend and long throws and set pieces and this, that and the other. With, like, obviously going in for Vinny looks like an intent to go back to attacking football. Buying Guimarães, who is more attacking than like a Zubamendi or something, it looks like maybe that's the plan. But what do you think? Obviously, you know better.
Now, obviously, I guess in my personal opinion, I have to look at what the manager said. If you look at the end of last season, he was asked during a press conference, like, how do you think like your attack's going to evolve, basically? And he basically said, yeah, he's looking at PSG. He's looking at that sort of attack. Now, if we look at Solis, that's an improvement in regards to what we had. Basically, we can't say as much right now, but he looks like he was better than. He looks
why is he an improvement?
He looks like he's a mix of Trossard and Martinelli. That's what I can give you, and he looks like he can give us more on that wing. In regards
Where did you get him
from? Belgium.
Bruges.
All right.
Yeah, Bruges.
Bruges.
Which is exact.
Your manager can't start getting obsessed with PSG. Our manager did that. We finished 5th, so don't go down that road.
Look. I don't know how he's gonna line up next season, but in my personal opinion, I think he's going to probably stick to what he did last year in regards to being defensive first of all, sticking to the principles, which personally makes sense in my personal opinion. That's what I would do. You are already a very strong defensive team. You're already solidifying it with the likes of Bruno Guimarães in midfield. So if anything, I guess, yeah, we do need to be more attacking up front, but how does that come about? we can't say that right now because we haven't seen any real action. You know what I mean? So until there's a bit of action, then I can be like, okay, this is probably what he's thinking. This is what Arteta is thinking. Oh, he wants to play like. But until then, I would employ him to be defensive.
Can I not only? I don't want to only talk. I just want to say, I actually think that maybe Arsenal are favorites to win the league, but there are shortages. The reason I have a different reason completely from what everyone thinks about Arsenal, why they're favorites to win the league. I think the manager is their biggest strength. There is a lot of players at Arsenal that are good, but they aren't fantastic, right? Like the attack, I agree. It's Mikel Arteta who made things stick.
I'll disagree with that. We have a couple fantastic players, a few.
Couple.
A few.
Can you tell me who was fantastic last season?
In regards to who was fantastic last season, that would be the obvious numbers. That would be Declan Rice, Gabriel, and Raya. That's who was fantastic last season. Saliba wasn't fantastic.
Saliba was better than Gabriel.
He wasn't fantastic.
So
Gabriel
was better. But defensively, Saliba was better. No?
You could argue that. It's a strong partnership.
Yeah, so like
whichever one you want to pick.
So Man City, for example, they got Shirky, was very good. They got Haaland, that is very good. I think Semenyo is going to have a breakout season. I think he might be one of the best wingers in the league, Semenyo, right? I think Matthias Nunes was very good for them. I think Nico O'Reilly was very good for them. Rodri, when he came back, he was good as well. We saw him in the cup finals and all this stuff. I actually think it's Mikel Arteta. Like, I genuinely believe that Mikel Arteta is doing the work here for Arsenal. I think that if you look at the Arsenal team and how they play, as Matt said, he found ways around Eucharist. He found ways around the wingers not contributing much in terms of the GA, for having other people contribute with Ødegaard being injured all the season and Saka as well, with having corners and actually having people from like Zubamendi contributed some goals for us. I still think that Arsenal will continue to do that unless they sign a superstar. I think the attack will be similar because I don't think that Eucharist can have a good season, in my opinion. Because if you look at, I'm going to be completely honest, if you look at the attack of Arsenal, I think Chelsea are better than them. Maybe Man United are better than them. I think City are better than them. I don't think Liverpool are better than them. Right? Currently, as it stands, Liverpool aren't better than them. But I think it's the manager who make things happen. But if the manager is the question, if people are figuring Arsenal out, doesn't that give opportunities for the likes of Chelsea, Manchester United, Man City to capitalize on this? Like, are we dismissing them too early? Especially Chelsea, by the way, with one game a week, with a manager like Xabi Alonso, with an attack that will be rested every single week for 7 days or 6 days. Don't have to. 8 weeks, they won't be playing. Manchester United, by the way, if the rumors are correct and they're adding Oli Watkins and they're shipping Xerxes out, right, as a backup for Cisco, the Man United attack doesn't look bad, especially with the best creator in the league, Bruno Fernandez, right? That's just reality. The best creator out there is getting Mbuemo in his second season at Man United. He looked fire in preseason. You're getting Cunha, who was very, very good last season. Cisco, who, by the way, Cisco minutes for goal is actually impressive, by the way. People just don't mention this, but he was injured, by the way. If they add Oli Watkins, Rashford gives you 50% of what he had at Barcelona, or 60%. That attack can make things happen. It's all about that. The other attack is very good, in my opinion. He's not bad. Michael Carrick is a man manager. Are we ruling out other teams early?
Yeah. I think the rest of the league is. I don't know, man. I like exactly like you said in regards to Chelsea. I would give Chelsea a shout because let's look at what United did last season. They ended up finishing third from 15th. So that's a huge jump. Let's not let's not kid around there. You can't really be jumping from 15th to third, and they did that. So with the help of Carrick. Now, let's say that transition happens with Chelsea because Carrick came in halfway through the season or thereabouts. Chelsea has got their manager from the start, so they could possibly go on a good run of games. They could possibly finish the teams in front of them and finish their dinner. So I don't know, man. I wouldn't rule out the league like the rest of
Can I actually say one more thing? Can I just say one thing? It looks like City are gonna land Enzo Fernández. The replacement is Adam Wharton. I just want to present you an idea of Adam Wharton, Caicedo, Morgan Rogers, Cole Palmer behind Joao Pedro. How does that look for people? Isn't that scary?
Yeah, I'm here for it, 100%.
Just out of interest, Mo, what's the best league in the world?
The best league is Premier League.
Right, cool. So then it's fair to say then you shouldn't, like, if the Premier League is the best league in the world, we can't just guarantee someone wins the league title before.
No one is guaranteed. Arsenal aren't guaranteed.
No, but I feel like we are trying to guarantee everything, because if someone says, I don't think Arsenal win the league, all of a sudden everyone in the chat goes mad and people start pulling faces.
But I don't think it's illogical I don't think it's logical.
Okay, then the Premier League can't be the best league in the world.
Let me explain to you. Pep Guardiola come from a treble with Man City. It was very logical and educated guess to say, well, Pep Guardiola and Man City are favourites.
I didn't say they'd win the league though that year after they won the treble.
It doesn't matter if you have the edgy take. That doesn't, like, we are talking about educated guesses. Educated guesses is if Man City come from a treble, the Haaland at 50 goals. Logical. Yeah, but everyone else weakened their team in terms of like, okay, apart from Chelsea.
How do we know Arsenal haven't got worse? And how have Man United got weakened?
Why would Arsenal get worse? What's the reason why would Arsenal get worse?
So does everyone just go up?
I don't want to take it to Arsenal.
Hold on. So we can use a prime example.
Use a prime example over the last 6 years. You would definitely say it's been upward.
No, it hasn't. We can look at a prime example of.
Hold on. Am I dreaming? Am I dreaming?
It hasn't.
The project was 6 years.
You went from 5th to 8th, which was stagnating. Then you went to 5th. Then you went to 2nd. Then you went to 2nd, and you got worse the season after that, which was the season before you won the league. But anyways, that's beside the point.
So
Liverpool last summer.
Liverpool. So we got worse by.
Did you not get worse in 24, 25? And this is a nothing point, anyways.
Hold on.
This is a nothing point, anyways. I'm not. You let me have a point. Let me have a point. This is a nothing point, anyways.
Season, we also finished the league first, and then got to the Champions League final. For some reason, we're not on the opposite trajectory. How does that make any sense?
Nothing point. This is not enough. This is nothing point, anyways. Liverpool spent 500 million last summer, had a better window than Arsenal had. They had a better team than Arsenal had in terms of players, because they had Van Dijk, who was better than both Arsenal's centre-backs. They had Salah, who was better than all of Arsenal's attackers. They had a better team, they had a better goalkeeper. They had a better right back.
And where did they finish in the league?
That's the point. Are you listening? That's the point. And they signed Isak, who's a better striker than your striker. They signed Wirtz, who came in with a better rep than Ødegaard has, and they got worse. Do you get what I'm saying? So who's to say that is a guarantee?
You're using a team that literally came out of nowhere, signed a bunch of players in one season, than a team that has
came out of nowhere
over the last 6 seasons.
Liverpool came out of nowhere.
It doesn't compare, bro. It doesn't compare. It's not the same thing. Liverpool came out of nowhere. They spent 500 million to strengthen the team, and they got worse. So
Liverpool came out of nowhere, lads. Liverpool came out of nowhere, lads. All right, nice one.
Arne Slot came out of nowhere. That's the thing.
Liverpool didn't come out of nowhere. They won the league. They had the best player in the league, the best centre back in the league. They're arguably the best goalkeeper in the league. I know Trent left in the end, so that
but how it's rare that a new manager comes into the Premier League and wins it at his first time of asking. That is rare, isn't it?
What I'll say
it's happened quite a lot. It's actually happened quite a lot.
As a Liverpool fan,
a lot is crazy.
It has happened quite a lot. Mourinho did it.
A lot of Liverpool fans.
Ranieri did it.
Towards the end of the year, we won the league. We saw we were significantly getting worse because we moved away to what we were doing at the start of the season. So even with all the players we signed, personally, I never thought we would win the league because I never rated Arne Slot. Obviously, if we had Jurgen Klopp, I think we probably do win the league last season. We don't. That's not the world we live in. But I never rated Arne Slot. For me, I think if we had a different manager last season, we look a lot better because there was no structure, no foundation, no style of play. No press. I mean, honest, it was horrible. It was like watching paint dry last season. So for me, that's why because we got better as a squad, even though we still had obviously holes in the squad, centre back, right back still being an issue. But for me, it was the manager that took us down. Where I think Arsenal was strong is Arteta's shown that for me, Arsenal will be at the best if they play the way or similar to how they did this season. I don't think if they go too expansive, I think that benefits everyone else because I think what makes Arsenal so hard to beat is how strong they are defensively. And the more you attack, the more open you are and expressive.
because
that's
Saliba's going
the
to be out.
injury.
That's what I mean.
That
That could be a big miss.
That's a fair point.
They've got worse defensively because they've changed the rules. You
We
can't
don't know how
bully
the rules are
goalkeepers
gonna-
anymore.
We
Same
don't-
thing. Also, we also don't factor in as well that last season, and let's not pretend they didn't get incredibly lucky, because I can name you plenty of examples where they should have had red cards and penalties, right? They didn't get any given against them. If they get that again,
listen, man,
there's something
this
going
is
on.
cat,
There's
man.
something going on.
Listen,
If
come
they
on,
get
man.
another
Come
season
on,
where
man.
they
Bro,
don't
you
concede a
didn't watch
penalty
the games,
or a red
man. You didn't watch
card,
the games,
listen,
man. Bro, it's
I don't
it's
watch
clear
games.
that
You want me to
listen
name
the
you
media
examples?
narratives, bro. It's
Saliba
clear you
against
listen to
Man
the
United.
media narratives and
Saliba
push
against Man
agendas.
United. That's a penalty. Gabriel headbutts Haaland. That's a red card. Havertz slides in on thingy's Achilles against Burnley. That's another red card. There's 3 examples. We could carry on. Gabriel, probably you'll talk about second yellows as well. We could go about them times as well. We could give you so many examples of you guys getting away with red cards, not necessarily penalties, but the penalty one I did give you one for Saliba. Yeah, I'm saying red cards, you got away with it. You're not going to get away with that again this season. You will end up giving away penalties.
So people
you'll
are
get
annoyed that
defensively
the team finished the league with no red cards. So like I'm so
Who said
confused.
we're annoyed?
Now that's the
Who said-
point to why
who's
we
annoyed?
won the league by 7 points. Bro, let's be
Who's
for real,
annoyed?
man.
Who's annoyed?
Bro, let's be for real,
Who's
man.
annoyed?
Come on.
Who's
It's
annoyed?
not really an argument.
It is an
Yeah,
argument. Of course, it's an argument.
To be fair, the
Because
year we won.
what are the
league,
odds
we
of
had
them
no
doing
red
that again?
cards.
What are the odds of them? I think that was the first time that ever happened in Premier League history. That's like saying,
Okay,
cool.
I remember
Chelsea-
you saying that was not gonna happen. I remember you saying that was not gonna happen, and
What
it
was
did
not gonna
happen.
happen?
So
What was that?
us winning the league.
Why? Me said that. I said that.
Yeah. Didn't you
Show
say
me
that?
the clip. Show me the clip. I'll send you £100 right now.
Okay, then,
Show
then
me
I
the
might be
clip of
wrong.
me saying it.
Okay, then
I had
my bad.
Arsenal to win the
My
league
bad
last
there.
season, so that's a lie.
Oh, okay, my bad there then. My bad there.
There
But
you
this season, you think you're gonna win the league because apparently we got worse because Saliba got injured.
Yeah, I think that's a very, very valid take. I think Saliba's the best centre back in the league, so I think that's a very valid take to say if he's out for a sustainable amount of time, you get worse. I don't think that's a crazy thing to say at all.
Do you know
Okay,
who
well-
didn't get a red card last season as well?
Who?
Last season. Does anybody know?
What do you mean?
Wasn't anyone from Chelsea?
City.
City didn't get a red card.
No,
They gave away a
City
penalty,
didn't
though.
get. City didn't get a red card last
Are you
season.
sure?
I just checked it. I just checked it on FootMob. The last one to get 1 red card was Liverpool, 1 red card. There are 3 teams. I don't know who they are. I know it's City and Arsenal.
And how many penalties did City give away?
I don't know if there is a stat for that.
To be fair, the year we won the league in 2020, we had 1 red card and I think 1 penalty given, against us. So I know it's obviously not 0-0, but I mean,
That's what I'm saying. But it's a hard. It's like a very rare thing to do again, isn't it? Like a very rare thing to do again.
Yeah,
I just
hold
think
on,
back
but
to back.
City
very
had
thing to do.
2 red. City had only 2 penalties against them the whole season, which is 0 penalties versus 2 penalties in 38 games. I wouldn't say that
I would
was
say
what
the same
swung.
thing about.
I
was
wouldn't
thinking
say
about-
that's why swinging towards Arsenal. To be honest with you, like I don't think these 2 penalties are the reason why City lost the league. You know what I mean? It's not that. I don't think that Arsenal won it with the
definitely
referees.
can be a
I think
factor.
it might be. Even City as well. There is other things. To be honest with you, City actually escaped red cards. What's his name? Diaz escaped the red card. Matthias Nunes, which was VAR was there. And I'm not here to defend City or Arsenal. I'm just here to tell you that.
Yeah, no,
last
I'm not saying
season,
they didn't, by the way. I'm not saying City didn't. I agree. City,
Like
Bernardo punched him.
You remember,
Nunes.
not only you remember the yellow card that didn't. But Ruben Diaz literally cleared the guy out. Didn't
Cherokee
even-
against Leeds, Ruben Diaz handball against Leeds. I remember. I'm not saying City didn't.
Yeah, like
City do get away with things.
They do get away with things, but in the same time, I don't know why I have a feeling that Chelsea will have the best opportunity to actually kick on this season based on the givens with 1 game a week. I think Man United, if Carrick continues like this, I think they will continue to do well. I'm worried for Liverpool. I think if Man City lose Rodri and get Enzo Fernández, which it looks like, by the way, there is a bomba that happened while we're talking that they bid £102 million, which is 120 million euros
Oh, really?
for Enzo Fernández, which is going to be a marginal loss for Chelsea on the 105 they paid. I'm not sure if City will go on and actually win the league. I said that if Rodri leaves, it will be a massive loss for City,
I think
to be honest with you. Massive
Bernardo
loss.
Silva's massive loss as well, man. Huge. Bernardo Silva, such a good player for City. I think losing both of them at the same time, and with Maresca coming in, and the team looks very young now as well. Don't get me wrong, like Haaland's a demon, of course he is, but I definitely think City are going to struggle a bit more than people giving them credit for because of the City history.
Yeah, I mean, look, I've
I don't
said
think
it.
they're going to struggle.
I said it. I think if we get the right players in, if we get Barcola and Bayern, and preferably one more defender, I think we challenge for the league. But that's obviously my opinion.
I think the thing is, like, the next season's going to be
Can
so
I say?
weird.
Can I ask a question about this before we go on to the general? Josh, you think
Yeah.
if you get Barcola and Mbaye, and you get,
And one more defender,
you will
I think-
challenge for the league?
I think so.
So it's not that crazy for me to say it, is it, Mo? That I think United can win the league, or at least challenge for the league. Not that
Yeah, I
crazy.
don't think we.
Everyone
I
else
don't
thinks
think
they can as well.
I still
some
don't think
people
we
said
win the
Chelsea
league.
Chelsea can. Yeah, I'm saying, look, I think we're
But
better than all these teams that we're naming.
Yeah, but let me, Josh, you think, is that based on what? I'm sorry. Is your coach better? Okay, rank Andoni Iraola based on the coaches that are currently in the top 5 or 6.
I think Arteta, the ones that have proven to me that I'm considered, like I'm saying, definitely they're better.
Europe, I want to
is-
hear your opinion. I don't want to hear, like, I want to hear your opinion.
I think Arteta and De Zerbi are the two that I could comfortably say have shown me more than Iraola has. But Carrick and Maresca, I'm not super sold on.
What about Alonso?
Alonso's a great manager. I want to see how that translates to Premier League football, playing the back three with the high line. I want to see how that translates, but I wouldn't be surprised if Chelsea do well. I just think I look at the way Bournemouth played last season and the players they had. If we get Barcola and Bayern, I think we have very similar profiles, but to a much higher level. I think I look at the way players like Florian Wirtz and Isak played last season, and they were played arguably the worst way you can play two players of that caliber. I see already them to being much better this season. I know we've lost Mo Salah, which is a big loss, but for me, Bradley Barcola comes into the league and is minimum
Do you
second
think if
best
you
winger
get
in the league.
Bradley Barcola and Mbaye, you got a better starting 11 than Manchester United?
Yes, comfortably.
Nope.
How?
Who
I think-
asking how? Me or him?
I think all
Like
four of our
Josh, I want
attacking
to
players.
ask Josh.
I think all four of our attacking players are better. Wirtz, Barcola. Actually, no, three, because I can't say Mbaye is better than Mbeumo.
So
But
Wirtz
three
is
of our
better
four.
than Bruno.
Shit, yeah, true. No, true. So sorry, 2 out of the 4 attacking options. So Isak and Barcola are better.
And
than
why
those.
is Barcola better than Cunha, if I may ask?
No,
European pedigree?
Barcola
I'm just
is,
asking,
but
guys,
but we
I'm
also have
asking
Rashford as
why.
well.
Why is Barcola better than? Why is that given? That
I think
Barcola
he's
is better?
I think he's just a better 1v1 winger, like 1v1 dribbling. I mean, I think Cunha
he's got.
is better
Yeah,
as
that's-
maybe more versatile, but Cunha obviously can play the striker, 10 and the left wing. And Cunha is
Yeah.
obviously, you say, more Premier League proven, but I would say that Barcola probably is a better player than Cunha,
Yeah.
or at least similar level.
Bro, I think Barcola's evidently proved it in the Champions League like twice. You know, he's
Champions League pedigree, yeah.
and for France. So
Okay.
that conversation in regards to Cunha and Barcola, I just think it's just non-existent, man.
It's
Yeah,
not
I mean,
non-existent
that's
combo,
it.
but
It's like, for me, you look at the midfield. I think Szoboszlai's better than any of their midfielders outside of Bruno. And by the way, I had a stink. I forgot Bruno was there.
I actually
Bruno's
don't
better,
think
but-
so. Like, I think you're
yeah, I don't think they've
underrating
got
the-
better. I think
Like,
our pivot's
I
better
think
than
you're
him.
underrating Tielemans, you're underrating Andre Santos, you're underrating Kobe Mainoo.
No,
Mino.
I really like Andre Santos, but for me, Szoboszlai was by far our best player last year, and I think his qualities.
Your
pivot.
best
Szoboszlai
player
doesn't
doesn't
start for
mean.
Man United.
Okay, hold on. We need to establish
What?
your
Yes, he
best
does.
player.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he
No,
does.
he doesn't.
Oh
It's not
my
ahead of who?
God.
Ahead of who? What, Tielemans or Kobe? Allow it, bruv. Allow it. Allow it.
Oh,
Have a day off.
my
Have a
God.
day off.
Crazy
Have
statement.
a day off. What can
Come on.
Szoboszlai do better than Kobe
Jesus.
other than a free kick?
Pass
Oh
better.
my days. Okay.
No, he's not a
Better
better
shooting.
passer.
Oh,
No, he's not a
my
better passer.
God, touchline.
He's a better
You know what,
passer
bro?
than Kobe. Allow
Yeah,
it.
comfortably.
Allow it. Allow it. Allow
Comfortably
it.
a better passer.
Allow it. Who's a
Oh
more
my
okay?
God.
Cool. Who's a more press resistant player? Kobe. Who's a better dribbler? Kobe. Who's a better? You're saying shooting? Are you crazy? Have you seen Kobe Mainoo's finishing? Allow it, bro. Allow it. And Tielemans. I'm not even going to entertain Szoboszlai Tielemans because Tielemans is clear of him at every metric. But
Sure, man. No, you know
Mainoo-
what? Wherever they feed you, People need that, man. I respect that level of dedication to your club.
We can't
I
rewrite
respect
history.
the level of dedication.
We can't rewrite
I
history.
respect the level of dedication, man.
Mo, when they won the league, they said their only weak link in their team was Szoboszlai when he's playing in the 10, right? And he was dropping stickers. That's why they bought Wirtz.
Yeah.
Szoboszlai
in the 10.
Hold on, let me finish the point. He played in the 10 last season at times as well. Right? Yes, he did. Yes, he did. I literally watched him. Right? Szoboszlai then becomes a utility player. Plays in the 10, the 8, the 6, and right back, right? Now all of a sudden we're supposed to pretend that this guy is some elite player because they finished 5th and he was their best player. Allow it, man. The guy is a bang average player with good ball striking, and he's got energy about him. That's it. He's a Scott McTominay, but just better.
Oh my! You know what, bro? Fair enough. You have your opinion. I hear it. Look, actually, I don't hear it because it's wild and there's literally no facts to base it off of. But I hear it.
There is.
Szoboszlai is clear miles better than Kobbie Mainoo. Outside of defending and being more press resistant, congratulations, Kobbie Mainoo's better than that. But
Kobbie Mainoo's a better dribbler than him, a better ball carrier than him. There's two things. There's another thing.
He's actually not.
Kobbie Mainoo's not a better dribbler. Kobbie Mainoo is not a better dribbler than Szoboszlai.
No, he's not. And he's not a better ball carrier. And Gravenberch is better than Kobbie Mainoo as well. I know he had a bad season last year, but for 2 years, Gravenberch was better than Kobbie Mainoo.
Matt, what do you think, Chelsea fan?
What out of Szoboszlai and Kobbie Mainoo?
The midfield in general. Who has the better midfield in your opinion?
Yeah, I'd probably. Bruno's obviously wicked. Do you know what I mean? Bruno was like one of the easily.
You gotta consider all the aspects, all the parts of that.
Yeah, so like from an attacking sense, like Bruno Fernandez is clear of kind of every attacking midfielder in the Premier League. So I think Bruno Fernandez is absolutely phenomenal. But would I rather have Tielemans and Santos over Szoboszlai and McAllister or Gravenberch?
Gravenberch, yeah.
Gravenberch. I'd probably take Gravenberch and Szoboszlai, I think, over... I mean, I've seen Andre Santos as well. Do you know what I mean? I've seen a lot of Andre Santos, so I get that he's good in moments and stuff, but he couldn't break into our first team last season. Do you know what I mean? He really struggled. And when he got opportunities, it was never for consistent amounts of time. So for me...
Santos doesn't start for us. He's our backup.
Oh, so you mean like even with Kobbie Mainoo, man? I don't know. I just feel like
just out of interest, by the way, just gonna send you a clip, mate. Yeah, you can watch that. Show me Szoboszlai recreating that, please. What I just shown you in the chat. Show me Szoboszlai recreating that.
Anyway, can I actually want to say that is that the Liverpool midfield looked good under Arne Slot in the first season. They didn't look great the second season. Man United midfield looked good under Michael Carrick. I like Kobbie Mainoo. I love Kobbie Mainoo. Right?
He's fucking brilliant.
Tielemans is very good. I think Tielemans is probably better than all the Liverpool midfielders based on what we have seen over the last 2 years. Why are you shaking your head?
I disagree.
Tielemans is better than him.
I think Szoboszlai is criminally underrated by opposition fans.
I think he's shit.
Hold on, he's not shit. Hold on,
my point.
guys. Hold on, not shit. I just want to say,
prove my point.
I think, brother, a midfielder that doesn't.
He's not shit. He's a good. Stop saying this.
A midfielder that isn't press resistant is shit. Unless you're like you pop three numbers.
Can I
like
finish my point? Can I finish my point? I still believe that Liverpool Gravenberch is a good player, but he has shown us that in like 6 months when they won the league. I'm still not sold that that Wirtz can go back to his best at all, which is a massive factor in how the midfield plays, by the way. Your number 10, your starting number 10 needs to actually be good. Tielemans was doing very, very well. I watched some of the highlights that he did at Man United in the preseason. He looks all right.
Brilliant.
He looks very good, to be honest with you. For Liverpool, people are doing revisionism on Szoboszlai because I'm sure that you, Josh, were part of the people that said that Szoboszlai is not good enough 2 seasons ago when he was playing at the 10. Last season, he played at right back as a DPT. He played in the center of the midfield. And I remember Hussam screaming and saying that Szoboszlai isn't press resistant. Szoboszlai runs around, covers ground, does a lot of stuff, but he doesn't excel in anything. Szoboszlai, to be honest, he's just a jack of all trades. He's just an all-round And he's not like an all-rounder like Declan Rice. You know what I mean? Like he is a 7 out of 10 or 6 out of 10 of everything, which is you need in that midfield. But you don't have a specialist in your midfield. You know what I mean? You don't have that specialist. So ours have Declan Rice, who's maybe a 7 out of 10 in most of the stuff that he does, apart from like passing, like stuff like this, you know? I'm not sure I'm sold yet on the Liverpool midfield to be revived again, to be one of the best in the league. I think Salah covered a lot of problems at Liverpool when he was scoring left and right, creating. I'm yet to see what Andoni Iraola is going to do. I still think you lack a Manu Kone kind of figure in your midfield, or a Tchouameni kind of figure in your midfield. I think Man United is the same. This is not rage bait. Not everything that is negative. Don't do the Arsenal thing when I say Eucharist is shit. It's not rage bait. It's an opinion. It's an opinion that I have based on watching Liverpool. Gravenberch was fantastic for 6 months. And then he fell off a cliff for some whatever reason. Right? So, as of now, Gravenberch, in his first season, remember Gravenberch's first season, he was.
Can I just ask, are we talking about Szoboszlai yet? You think Szoboszlai is better than Tielemans?
Yeah.
Based off of what? What is he better than Tielemans at? Forget Cobby, let's say what is he better than Tielemans at as a player?
I think as a midfielder, look, I'm not. For you guys, Tielemans might play better than Szoboszlai on your team, but the way I've seen Iraola play at Bournemouth and so far, I think Szoboszlai's a better midfielder for us because he's better pressing, more legs, higher energy, covers more ground, is a great passer. Regardless of what you say, he is a good passer.
He's not a better passer than Tielemans.
Never said that. He's a better ball striker, better set piece taker than Tielemans.
That I agree.
He is more astute defensively than Tielemans.
Not true. Really big lie. Duels won. Tielemans wins more duels than him per 90. So that's not true.
Kanate won more duels last year than Van Dijk. Is Kanate better than Van Dijk defensively?
Well, you give me the fact why he's a better defensive player.
He probably was last.
No, I wouldn't go that far. But I'm saying you tell me that why he's a better defensive player than
maybe not in terms of duels, but I think
he's definitely better. I agree, he's better at running. But if you're going to say the first thing he said when I said is he better than him, he goes he runs more than him. So when that's already starting to go like you know he's not better than him. You just got to make out that he's got more energy than him on the pitch. I can go and get McTominay, as I said. McTominay is a good ball striker, right? He can't take set pieces in fairness, but he's a good ball striker and he can run around a lot. So this is just describing McTominay to me. This is literally describing McTominay to me.
You know what, bro? If you're comparing Szoboszlai to McTominay, then more power to you, man. But maybe in terms of duels won, he's not better than Tielemans defensively. But in terms of defensive presence, I'd much rather have Szoboszlai than Tielemans, especially with Gravenberch, because I think Tielemans and Gravenberch, if that was our midfield, gets torn apart every week. I think Szoboszlai is a lot more versatile as well, plays in better scenarios, is a leader on the pitch as well.
Where would Chelsea land in these discussions? Currently, they have Enzo Fernández.
They're above Liverpool in a minute for me.
I agree. Currently, I agree. If we got Barcola and Bayern a centre back, I disagree. But currently,
I agree with that. If they've got them players, I disagree. But right now, I'd say Chelsea are above.
Yeah. The only thing for Chelsea with me is the defence, and I don't know how Xabi Alonso's style of play translates to the Premier League. I think he's a good manager. I think he did amazing in Germany. I think he was hard done by in
Can
Madrid.
I ask you a question? How would Andoni Iraola's style of play translate into a top team with pressure?
I think it translates very well. I think the high energy, high intensity style of play with emphasis on the possession game suits our players' style of play, especially if we get the players we mentioned. And again, I've always said, I think if we went into the season now with the squad we've got, we struggle for top 5. I think we get it, but I think we struggle. I think
I've got a question for you. But the thing is, you with your new manager, he's never played Champions League ball. He's never had multiple competitions in one season. So how do you think he's going to be able to manage players of that level, and then also with that intensity? Now, do you think the players are also going to respect him at the same time? Because that's another thing. You know, he's got to prove himself to the players. First of all, they've got to gel well. So I don't know, man. Do you think the high gun-ho intensity football is going to translate from Bournemouth level to Liverpool?
It's a good question, and to be honest, I can't definitively give you an answer on that. The way I look at it is, the manager hasn't, but the players have. So where the manager lacks in terms of experience with that, I think the players can help make up for that. I think I've been calling for it. We have a very good starting 11 if we get the players in. We haven't got enough squad depth. So I don't think
everyone got a great starting 11 if they have the players.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. I don't think we do.
If Arsenal land Julian Alvarez will be like a great start.
Of course. But I don't think we do very well in Champions League or the cup competitions this season. I think this season is a year for the league. And then once the manager's settled, the players are in, we get the right players in, then I think we can then look to progress.
Do you have a better starting 11 than Chelsea, you think?
Currently, no.
So, I think like it's funny because you talk about our defense. Like I think our defense is one of the things that has so obviously improved over the summer. Lacroix, Palestra, Reece James.
Colwell coming back. Why people forgot about Colwell coming back?
Yeah, well, Colwell was already transformative in the few games that he played for us at the end of last season as well. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly this.
And we're getting rid of Disasi, Badiashile, probably Tosin Adarabioyo. Trevor Chalobah's already out the door, so it's like we are, it's being rebuilt for Xabi Alonso specifically as well. Maxence Lacroix is the kind of defender that he wants because he's basically recovery pace, which is something we didn't really have a lot of last season. You've got Colwell, who's obviously like an amazing passer. They're all astute defenders. Reece James is versatile, can start at right back, playing right centre back. Palestra is very attacking, so I don't expect to see a lot more of a wing back. But Pep Civardia, who we've just brought in, albeit not particularly well known, has actually had very slightly better defending stats than Marc Cucurella did last season. If we get it, and it's not even just about the defence, like getting another midfielder, which based on whatever goes on with the Enzo Fernández situation, Xabi Alonso clearly wants another midfielder, which will also solidify our defence. Do you know what I mean? Like an actual midfielder rather than an Enzo Fernández, who's basically an attacking midfielder who starts deep. So if anything, it's like, I think getting our attack to click is a bigger challenge than shoring up our defence. I think a lot of the issue that we had with the defence is kind of already gone, to be honest. And the goalkeeper situation is worrying. I'm not sure my heart can take another season with Sanchez in the sticks. But at the moment, the choice is Sanchez or a 20-year-old. So it's like, I think it might change towards the back end of the window. But even so, like right now, I think we've got a better starting 11 than Liverpool. I think we've got better depth as well. But and bringing in Morgan Rogers is a big one. But there's still question marks. Like I said, the biggest question mark for me at the moment isn't defence, it's midfield. It's what do we do? Who do we put next to Moises Caicedo? Because at the moment, it's rotation options is all we've got. Do you know what I mean? Barco's come in, but unproven, not lightweight, not sure about that. Romeo Lavia looks really good when he can play, but obviously massive amounts of injuries, huge amounts of injuries. Dario Essigo looks like he's not ready, he needs to go out on loan. Jordan Henderson, okay, I'm here for the vibes. Do you know what I mean? I think Henderson brings something to the squad, but I don't think he's going to play 30 games for us next season. And if we keep Enzo Fernández, I'm not even convinced that he can be converted into the type of midfielder that we need in this kind of new formation. So I'm not necessarily concerned about Xabi Alonso's football in the Premier League unless we don't get that midfield partner for Moises Caicedo.
Barco's very good. I watched a lot of Strasbourg last year because Diego Moreira is a player I wanted us to sign. Barco is a very good player. So
yeah, I really like the look of him. It's just a question of the physicality, really. And look, Marc Cucurella was a small guy and it wasn't a problem. So, I'm hoping that Barco comes in and does well, and I've predicted as much in a few hot takes on another podcast that I do. But at the same time, it's still a question mark at the moment, and I'm not sure that the fact that we had the bid knocked back for Alex Scott of 64 mil weeks ago now says Xabi Alonso wants a different profile of midfielder and one of starting level as well.
Yeah, I think
go ahead, Josh.
I think if you said the top 5-6 teams had a better starting 11 than us currently, I would agree. I do not think we have a great starting 11 as it stands. I think we struggle with the season as it stands because even our options off the bench are nowhere near as good. But I said, if we got Barcola, we got Mbaye, and we got a good quality centre back, then I do think we can challenge, because I'm expecting most teams to struggle this season. I think we can be in and around that level with Barcola, Mbaye, and another centre back, and preferably a player like Manu Kone, who I've always been asking for. But I know my owners, we're not going to get that.
Let me do the supers, guys. Brian is saying City's attack is the only group that did better than Arsenal due to Haaland. Every attacker in top 6 performed around the same level. Is that true? That the Arsenal attacking force? Listen, Brian, I can't fact check this now, but we want to get the numbers.
They're looking at the number of goals, but you're factoring.
Can you let me talk?
Oh, my bad. Go on.
Sorry.
Oh, he has Arsenal were good.
Can I talk? Chilling. Let me talk.
Your mic's fucked, bro. There you go, it's back.
Mine?
No, it's back now. It was like sounded like using Jupiter, bro.
Yeah, like you gotta check the attacker's contribution in terms of like chances created, chance conversion, touches in opposition's box, how many times they turned it around. There is a lot of stuff like this. It's not only the numbers, right? You gotta check all of this for us to see. Eucharist, for example, we did this yesterday, is the worst player in terms of like how many times he lost the ball when he gets the ball. Just fact. He's the last in the league, right? Madueke dribbles, but he doesn't have a lot. Like, he looked okay for some game. Martinelli wasn't efficient in the league. Trossard looked efficient in the league sometimes. Havertz was injured. Saka was injured. That's what we talk about the attack. Ødegaard didn't contribute. Eze even didn't contribute as much to the attack. Like, if you compare Eze's numbers to Bruno Fernandez numbers, just day and night. That's part of the attack, right? So has the Arsenal attack was good last season? They weren't great last season in terms of a metric, right? Arsenal's attack wasn't their biggest strength in winning the league. Saka 6 G, Martinelli 1 goal, Eucharist 14 goals, Trossard 6 goals, Madueke 3 goals. Not good enough. I don't think that is good enough.
That's an Arsenal fan, by the way.
For a team that won the league, you need to at least one thing. That Arsenal attack that had Saka 23 GA, Martinelli 22 GA, and Ødegaard 21 GA in 22-23, that is a good attack. Even Gabriel Jesus had 18 GA. That is a very good attack. It's either you have an attacker that will get you like the 30 GA like Salah or 40 GA like Salah, or you kind of have it around the attack. Arsenal had other players contributing, which is credit to Mikel Arteta. They need a superstar. I keep saying that. They need a superstar. Name all the other teams that got away with things. We did that. City got away with a lot of shit last season, to be honest with you.
I didn't say they didn't.
Yeah, I agree. You didn't say, but City got away with a lot of stuff last season. City didn't get any red cards. What are we doing? We said that, Brian, and I want to thank you for the donation in the super chat. Going back to that, to Chelsea, I think Chelsea got a better starting 11 than a lot of people. Than a lot of people give them credit to. It's all about, I agree with Josh. Will the 3 at the back work? Well, only Conte, he's the genius in the 3 at the back, right?
We've been playing 3 at the back for the last 2 years, man. This is the thing. This isn't.
And how did that turn out to be?
Well, no, agreed. But at the same time, it was like without any experience, without a manager, without any winning experience and stuff as well. So I just find it interesting that everyone's talking about the 3 at the back thing like it's new, and it's not. Like, we've been playing 3 at the back.
Have you played with wing backs though?
No, now that is the difference. But a 3-man defense with wing backs, I feel like
play in build up with 3 at the back, right? You 3 at the back build up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then but we've been inverting fullbacks into midfield like ad nauseum for the last.
That's what I'm saying.
Who's your starting?
It's the same as having a wing back.
First game of the season, who's your 3 centre backs? Yeah,
Colwill, Lacroix, and either Hatto or James. I think, depending, and that's the thing. Probably James at the moment if he's fit. Colwill on the left, Lacroix, Maxence Lacroix in the middle, and Reece James on the right. I would have thought.
Okay.
Is my mic still has something wrong with it?
No, it went quiet for like when you spoke. That's why he couldn't hear you.
Okay. I think Reece James is probably the weakest link at centre back for you guys, but.
Yeah, potentially. I mean, Gahato's been great in pre-season as well, to be honest. But it's just one of those, like, Reece James is just such a good footballer that, in general, you know. And the thing is, with a Maxence Lacroix, who's easily a better defender than any of the defenders that we've had on the pitch, I would argue that Maxence Lacroix is a better defender than Levi Colwill is as well.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm sorry, bro, but I think Lacroix is terrible. He's not good enough. Like in regards to if you look at his performances at the World Cup and like when Arsenal were interested in him, apparently, right? That's when I decided to pay attention to him.
Would you say Gabriel's terrible? He didn't have a good
World Cup. I don't really use the World Cup to judge. Like, he wasn't in the first team for a start, and obviously he wasn't getting minutes, and it's a different system. I think there's so many different things around the World Cup. It's like Enzo Fernández looked amazing in the World Cup before we bought him, but despite the goals that he scored, I don't think that's the player we ended up getting either. So I don't really like to use the World Cup. It's like I agree with you. Maxence Lacroix didn't look good at the World Cup, but I think there's players that did look good at the World Cup that probably won't, and ones that didn't that will as well, because of the differences in like managers, tactic systems, and the kind of football that you play in international tournaments versus club football as well. I basically squarely look at Crystal Palace and the fact that when Guehi left for City, Maxence Lacroix massively stepped up, and he was a leadership like character as well as anything else, and at the end of the day was a part of winning Crystal Palace 2 trophies, like 2 actual proper trophies, do you know what I mean? Which is the first time in their history. So you know, it harkens back to a time, because what Chelsea have been doing for the longest time is we've been buying abroad, and it harkens back to a time where you look at some of the better players in the middle of the league and you get those, do you know what I mean? And it's like we've done a bit more of that now, and I think Lacroix will definitely, statistically, he's much better defender than all of the other guys that we're getting rid of by far. Like it's no competition at all. Whether he turns out to be the the winning the league level, time will tell. And I'm not saying that that's necessarily the case, but it's just, you know, in where we're coming from, I would choose Maxence Lacroix over Benoit Badiashile and Tosin.
Would you?
I mean,
would you think? Do you guys think you'd be a bit more beneficial in signing another centre back and playing Reece James alongside Caicedo?
That is another option as well, to be completely honest. And the thing is, though, we're also keeping Wesley Fofana, and Wesley Fofana looked bad under Liam Rosenior, but everyone looked bad under Liam Rosenior. But under Enzo Maresca with Trevor Chalobah last season, they got 8 clean sheets in a row. Do you know what I mean? So Fofana's now another rotational option as well, and I expect Reece James to also play in right centre back and to potentially play in midfield. But as we saw from the World Cup, we still need to manage his minutes. Do you know what I mean? Unfortunately, and that hurts because he's literally one of my favourite players ever. I think Reece James is amazing, but we absolutely still have to manage his minutes.
I just think you lose a lot of what Reece James offers going forward when he's playing right centre back.
But he don't get forward anymore.
Yeah, I mean,
True.
I think it's going to be that he's basically more of a playmaker, like, because he can't, he hasn't got the legs to bomb anymore.
Yeah,
essentially.
so I mean, he can't run up and down him.
Yeah, no, I don't see. You know, a lot of people were saying, "Oh yeah, Reece James at right wing back in Xabi Alonso's system." I was like, absolutely not. One game of that, and he's gone for the season. Do you know what I mean? It's just not an option. But what Reece James is amazing at is he's obviously a good defender, but his passing range is absolutely phenomenal. And go on.
No, sorry, Carl. I thought you was done. Sorry, my bad.
No, it's cool. I was just saying, I think both right centre back and centre midfield are the best 2 places to get the best out of what Reece James has got.
Can I ask a question? Bruno Guimarães, Rice, Ødegaard, or Palmer, Caicedo, Adam Wharton for you on paper?
Yeah, but
Chelsea.
Okay,
individual quality.
The reason why I'm getting Adam Wharton, because the news are saying that if Enzo is sold, they're gonna bid the 100 million for Adam Wharton. I don't make shit up, because people in the chat will just jump on this. You're making shit up. Chelsea aren't stupid. They aren't gonna sell Enzo Fernández. Just go to the season with Issogo, Latvia, and Caicedo. That's not happening. The 2 names are is it Alex Scott and Adam Wharton?
But
closer.
But Mo, they're not. Are you sure they're gonna play those 3? Because they're gonna. If they do 5 at the back, it's gonna be the front 3. Palmer's gonna be in the front 3.
Okay, here is how Chelsea are gonna play if they get Adam Wharton. In my eyes, it's gonna be like Croix.
Yeah, they want Alex Scott as well.
I'm gonna tell you what I think. It's gonna be like Croix, Fofana, Colwell. If Reece James is not fit, if Reece James is fit, it will be Reece James, Lacroix, Colwell. It's gonna be the left wing back might be Palestra, and the right wing back might be Malo Gusto if he isn't so, right? Hato will be the backup. Fofana will be the backup.
Hato is not a wing back.
Or there is, no, Hato will be the left center backup for Colwell.
Oh, right, yeah, okay.
The other left wing back and the right wing back are people not thinking about. It's going to be Neto and what's his name? The other guy that came from Borussia Dortmund. I forgot his name. No. The guy that flopped last season, that got injured and tore his hamstring.
Oh, Jamie Gittins.
These are going to be the options. The midfield will be Adam Wharton, and it will be Caicedo. In front of them will be Palmer, Joao Pedro, and Morgan Rogers. That's the Chelsea best starting lineup out there, basically.
Mostly agree with that. Like, I think the wing back situation. I think Neto gets sold. I think there's too many people interested in Neto for him not to get sold. Arsenal are interested, Man City are interested, Tottenham are interested.
Nobody's paying 70 million for Neto. Nobody's paying 70 million.
People are paying 70 mil for Anthony Gordon with HGA in the Premier League. It's a crazy market, sir.
Gordon is better than Neto, though. But what's it called? Do you think you finish above Man United?
Yeah, I do.
Where do you think you finish right now if the season doesn't start today?
I think third, probably.
Behind City and Arsenal.
City. I'm not sure about City. Honestly, my thing, right, is with Man United. Can Michael Carrick handle the pressure of the extra competitions and the big signings?
Nope.
And we've seen things before, like when Frank Lampard came to Chelsea and finished 4th. Then he gets bought a load of players and everything goes to pot when there's a lot more to deal with. Like,
you was in the Champions League, no? When he finished 4th.
What? Frank Lampard?
The season you finished 4th, he was in the Champions League, no?
No, that's after Conte.
No,
no, it wasn't after Conte.
Was it after Conte?
No, he got after Sarri.
After Sarri. Sarri won Europa League, so Sarri played in the Champions League. Yes, you're right.
Yeah,
but not even just the extra competitions, but like just for Carrick even more so, who's got less managerial experience. I think it's a bit, it's a big ask at the end of the day.
Carrick's managerial experience, you say it's less than Lampard's. I think at that time, should we say? I think they're pretty much the same. They both got playoffs.
Same, very similar.
Carrick's getting brushed, man. Listen, I'm not going to
Carrick's managerial experience is finishing 3rd in the Premier League, getting the most points in the Premier League. He's beaten every single one. He's beaten He's beaten Arteta twice. Why isn't Arteta beating Carrick, by the way? Twice.
Why isn't go into the guys? Can we just stick to the conversation?
I think we
are sticking to the conversation.
I think he's already. I think that Carrick, when Carrick first came in,
let him finish, and then let's go.
When Ollie came in, Carrick was the one who did the training sessions, and everyone goes, "Oh, it could be Ollie 2.0." Well, Ollie didn't finish 10th, mate. You predict us to finish 10th. Not saying you are, but other people predict us to finish 7th and 8th for that with 2 games a week. So don't waffle, anyways, because all our players have played 2 games a week. But Carrick did the training sessions. We finished 2nd and 3rd in their first full seasons, right? Carrick then came in to replace Ollie. Before Rangnick, Carrick played 3 games. He played against Arteta. He beat him. He popped him off the park. He played He drew against Tuchel. Remember, Jorginho penalty, I think.
Yeah.
And we played against Villarreal away in the Champions League, which we had to win, by the way. Against Villarreal, a tough away game. I think it was Unai Emery's Villarreal, who actually got to the Champions League semi-final that year and lost to Liverpool. That same Villarreal, we beat them 2-0. So I think his experience before going into the job was already shown that he can deal with the 2 games a week because he did it before. He's also beaten
three games is different from 50. Three games is different from 50.
3 games and half a season is enough to prove that you're well enough.
What did Arteta do before he joined Arsenal? What did Arteta do before he joined Arsenal?
Come on, man.
What did Arteta do before he joined Arsenal?
What did Arteta do? What did he do? He became 8th. He went 5th, and then he started challenging for the Premier League.
That isn't my question. That is literally not what I asked. I said, what did he do before he joined Arsenal?
What was your question?
I said, what did he do before he joined Arsenal?
He didn't do anything.
There you go. So what's the point? What is your point about experience and stuff? None of these managers were experienced before they joined their jobs, brother.
The point is, before Arteta started challenging 4 major trophies, he went through a period of learning, like quite literally learning the Premier League. And
Carrick's already proven he don't need to learn, bro. He's already gone ahead.
You asked the question. I'm answering. Learning the Premier League. He finished learning. After learning, you saw the team is capable of challenging. There was literally stages. We don't go from 8th, 5th, and then 2nd for no reason if he's not learning. So you're telling me a guy who had 3 games and half a season is going to come in and now challenge for the Premier League after he's now going to have 60 games to play? Bro, what is this? What experience? Come on, man. It's not the same thing. It's literally not the same thing.
It's the same. It's the same as one of the reasons that I think Chelsea have a good chance of doing well next season is because we only.
I'm banning you from the chat, by the way, Touchline. I'm banning you.
No, someone just said that he won. I am banning you. I had to remind them that Carrick actually managed under Jose and managed under Ronnie.
You are on that panel. You need maybe respond to the chat on the panel.
As I say, Arteta's managed 2 games against Carrick and lost both of them. Do you know what I'm saying? So Carrick's and this shit manager, Arteta can't beat him.
Were you just talking about Carrick working as an assistant under other people?
You just see he's going to get brushed. You just see he's going to get brushed. And Arteta can't beat him.
I never
this
said
guy,
he was shit. That
hold
never
on,
came
this
out of my
guy
mouth,
took
bro.
a team, right? This guy, when he went to Middlesbrough, they were in the relegation zone, took them to the playoffs. He then took, all right, Man United were 15th when he inherited us, but we finished 15th the season before. He took a team that everyone predicted, well, not everyone, but a lot of people predicted 8th and 9th place for us, etc., etc. Even though down there trying to say it's all one game a week. Yeah, at the start of the season, we had one game a week, and no one ever predicted us finish 8th or 9th. Right, no one predicted us finish first, should I say. They predicted us finish 8th and 9th. He then took that team, got the most points in the league. He beat every single big team he played. The only teams he didn't beat were Newcastle, Leeds, and there was one other team that he didn't beat. Sunderland, and there was 4 teams he didn't beat. I think he won 12 out of 16 or 13 out of 17 games, something like that. Yeah, I'm saying he slapped everyone up, right? Objectively looking at, he's clearly a good manager. Objectively, you don't go on them type of runs of forms if you.
No one's saying he's not a good manager. It's just there's a categorical difference, isn't there? It's like, because one game a week means less chance for injuries and less rotation needed. Your players are fresher and fitter. So even if your manager's really, really good, that difference in games makes a difference to the players, their availability, their fitness, the mentality of it all. It's a new challenge for Michael Carrick to navigate next season. Yeah, it's not just about whether Michael Carrick's good enough or not. I think it's going to be difficult because there's the physical nature of having to play more games. Makes it more difficult.
Sorry. No, that comment's a lie, by the way. Ange won his first 10 games. He didn't win his first game, mate.
The lie is, can we get 300
likes?
Yeah,
he drew his first fucking game. Won his first 10 games. Allow it, bro. He drew his first game, mate. You can't mess with my memory, bro.
Have you guys got the squad depth to compete in Champions League and Premier League?
You got more players than you. I'll tell you that for free.
Mo,
I think we do, right?
I'm not saying that. By the way, I'm not saying that as a dig at United. I just genuinely don't. Mo, you heard me say I don't think we compete in cup competitions this season very well. We haven't got the depth. I've said that numerous times. I'm just asking because I don't know the ins and outs of United squad.
I think we do.
Who's going to play?
Because I think
I know every player at United. United have 2 players in every single position.
Cool.
Much.
That's what I wanted to know. That's all I wanted to know.
The only thing we lack is a 6, like a DM, like a proper defensive.
The only one is that because Ødegaard is injured, they couldn't sell him, so now they're struggling to get the funds to spend 100 million.
No, we have the funds. We just don't have. We haven't seen the opportunity to go out and get the right player. We don't want to just buy a player for the sake of buying.
I know that people.
You got Endo a few years ago. We don't want to do that. I know. We want to just buy the right player.
People know I don't like Man United. They got Madraoui Dalot right back. They got Dorgu Lukshaw's left back. They got Lissandro Maguire, Euro, Heaven. I don't know where is Delict. Maybe he's AWOL.
He's back.
You know what I mean? No?
Train him.
The midfield, they got Meno, Santos, Bruno Fernandez, Tielemans, currently as it stands, right? It's only 4. And Mason Mount, who is, I don't know what he's going to use him for. So they need another midfielder. They got Kunya Rashford left. They got Sefsko Xerxes up top. They got Mbeumo Ahmad right side. If they sell Xerxes, it's very obvious they are targeting Oli Watkins. Right?
No, but even then, Mo, we still have Rashford, Kunya, and Mbeumo who can play a striker anyways.
But they're going to get us. They said already, they said that what's stopping us from bidding for the strikers that we have on the list is having Xerxes on the box. It's public information that everyone knows, right? Man United have the players. Are they good enough? I think that's the question. The question isn't they have the numbers. The question is, do you rate Dalot? Do you rate Heaven? Do you rate Euro? Do you rate?
He does, man. Bro, how can he not rate these guys if he said he thinks they're going to win the league?
Touchline. By the way, that wasn't me. That wasn't me having a dig at United. I just didn't know the ins and outs of the squad.
Yeah, no, I think our squad depth's completely overlooked. We also have Shea Lacey, who's going to have a breakout season, I think, this season. Very technical player. Phil Foden's regen. Very, very technical, very tidy in the 10 position. Obviously, I'm not expecting him to have a great season. He won't play many games because Bruno's never injured. But it's also, numbers is one thing, but also those players are the injury prone. For example, Chelsea, you look at Chelsea midfield, they've got Lavia, Caicedo, Enzo, right, for these 2 positions. And they have a few others, I'm like a few of them, unknown kids. Yeah,
they've got a million midfielders.
And Barco. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But we know Lavia is always injured. So he just takes it out. And now all of a sudden it's Caicedo and Enzo. Do you get what I'm saying? With us, Menu has 1-2 months in season injury. Yeah. Tielemans being injury prone is a myth. It's a lie. It's not true. He's missed 60 games in his career. He's been playing since he was 16. It's a lie. Bruno Fernandez is literally never injured. He's had 1 injury his entire career at Man United. No, 2 injuries. He had 1 arm injury.
Man, this can't be
and Bruno's never injured. Do you know what I'm saying? And Mbeumo, never injured. Kunya, never injured. Rashford has had injuries, but predominantly he's very blessed with his injuries. record. Sesko is the only one. Sesko's got a few injuries.
Touchline. Look, I'm not one of them ones that'll be wishing bad an injury for players, right? But anything can happen throughout a season, especially if you have more games to play. Yeah,
but they've all played 2 games a week. Every player that I've ever named.
Okay, you're gonna have more games to play, bro. Like, let's just be for real. The intensity is gonna be higher. They're gonna be playing for more. They're gonna be like, come on, they're traveling more. They're playing more games, so chances of injury are definitely higher next season. Now, come on, man, you can't really be talking about breakout players as capable players for depth, bro. We haven't seen any of these guys.
Bruno never gets injured. He's played 60 games before in a season. He's never got injured. He played the World Cup. He played Nations League. He's played week in, week out for fucking years. He's never been injured. He doesn't get injured. He's allergic to getting injured.
Good. That's good, bro. That's amazing for Bruno, and that's amazing for United, isn't it? At the same time, bro, you can't guarantee that's going to happen for the entirety of next season.
I can't guarantee it, but I can pretty much as guarantee as I can guarantee something that he will not get injured. And if he does get injured, it'll be a little minor one out for a month. That's it. He doesn't get big injuries. Doesn't get injuries at all, as I said. So I can easily come on here and say the same thing about you. I could just do the whole, do you know what? I think Rice is going to get injured, which he actually has got an injury. I can think Bruno Guimarães is going to get injured because he got injured back in the last season. I think Gabriel's going to get injured because he got injured last season a few times, by the way, because of his hamstring. I think Timber's going to get injured again. I think Ben White's going to get injured again.
The players you're naming, we know why they got injured, because they played a multitude of games. Like,
they got injured, but Bruno has played a multitude of games and not got injured before.
Okay.
How old is he now?
Fair enough, and that's fair. That's fair. I'll leave
31.
it there.
I think 30 or 31. I'm not saying you don't have good backups. I'm just saying that the point is that we can all do that. I think this guy's going to get injured. Arsenal have a more injury-prone list than us. Like, they have more injury-prone players than us.
If we get any injuries, we're cooked.
Liverpool.
Yeah, you lot are fucked as well. And you've got no right backs, injury-prone right backs. As I said, we are players that are actually playing. They aren't injury-prone. Like, none of them are, other than Luke Shaw.
Well, this is what I mean. When I said, like, if we get Barcola and Bayern a defender, we can win the league. That's like that Doctor Strange where all the stars align for that. We have to get no injuries. If Isak gets injured, or if Barcola if Isak gets injured, or if Van Dijk gets it, oh my god, yeah, we are cooked. I do not think. Yeah, I've never said we got good.
I think you're cooked for a different reason. It is a very big possibility.
What's that more?
If Van Dijk doesn't go back to his best.
Oh yeah, no, I agree.
That's a good point.
Okay,
that's a good point.
Hold on. So let me ask you a question. What makes you guarantee that Van Dijk gets back to his best?
I don't think. First of all, I don't think he's physically capable of getting back to his best. I think he just has to be very good. I don't think he needs to be Ballon d'Or winning centre back anymore. That's why I don't want him that far.
I have to be with the backline you currently.
Look, I think if Conor Bradley comes back and he's able to play, I think Kirkez.
Conor Bradley's not coming back until January, as far as I know.
January, late end of the year. But even that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. We need another defender, Mo. That's why I'm saying, because I think I agree with you. If we don't get another defender, the backline's cooked. If Van Dijk isn't him,
but what kind of defender? What kind of defender?
Bringing Araujo, was it?
Yeah, but he's shit, and he's always as well.
I was going to say he's really. I think it's like he spent like a year in the last 3 injured.
He's averaging 6 injuries a season, bro. Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying.
No, boys, I'm telling you, I'm worried. I'm not sitting here with my roast. Like, I'm worried.
And even Isak, injury prone. Well,
I actually think that Liverpool fans, apart from you, Josh, mostly are showing chest for the sake of it. But I know that you are worried. You're worried not because of the coach. You're worried because you have no idea if Van Dijk is going to go back to his best. You don't know if even Gravenberch should play well. You don't know if the only one that is guaranteed, that you think is guaranteed, is Szoboszlai, right? How do you know that Wirtz is going to play well? Nobody knows.
No, I mean, Arsenal and United, that's kind of the case for everyone at the moment, isn't it? Like, because everyone's got new managers. Bar Arsenal and United, that's kind of the case for everyone at the moment, isn't it? Because everyone's got new managers and new styles.
Yeah, but I think City are relaxed.
City are relaxed. The reason why City are relaxed because they got. I'm gonna tell you why they are relaxed, because they have. Number one, he was there. Number two, they got players that can carry the team even if his coaching isn't the best. I'm going to tell you what I mean by City are relaxed. City's floor is still not challenging for top 5. It's still finishing second, third, comfortable. Liverpool's floor is out of the top 5. That's the thing. Like Liverpool's floor, it can be below Aston Villa. Like Liverpool's floor. For example, like if you ask Arsenal's floor is second, third. Like if Arsenal did not have a good season, maybe fifth. Like Arsenal aren't gonna have a terrible season where they're like, oh my God, are we playing Champions League next season or not? Liverpool can. Liverpool can go through a season.
I think our floor is 6th.
I agree.
I don't think we finish below Villa, regardless of what happens this season. I think it's minimum 6th. I think Spurs.
I think
Spurs. That's what I'm saying.
Do we all rate Iraola?
I do.
I like him. I just have my hesitation.
I don't rate him.
The pressure at Anfield, playing Champions League and playing all these games, and some of the Liverpool fans are impatient. And I'm not talking about the fans in the stadium. The media are impatient, right? They might be patient with the manager, but they have seen Arne Slot, and they're like, Broski, we gotta perform. We were terrible last season.
They were supposed to win the league, and now
he's a good coach. But he's a very good coach.
What I will say is the
He's better than Michael Carrick.
No, he's not.
I'm not going to go into that debate because we're going to be here all night. For me, the difference between Iraola and Slot is Slot came in and shut himself away from the fans. Everyone here knows it. Liverpool fans at Anfield, where Anfield's rocking, the players play better when the atmosphere at Anfield's at its best. For me, the atmosphere last year was quiet because there was no connection between the fans and the manager. Iraola has already come in and built a connection with the fans, going out into the city, meeting the fans, getting to know what the culture of Liverpool's about. Arne Slot was never about that. Arne Slot spent 3 days a week in Ibiza, 1 day a week in the Netherlands, 3 days a week in Liverpool. He was never here, never got to know the culture of the club, what it means to be manager of Liverpool. For me, I think Iraola is not what I'm worried about. I could be wrong. This is not a guarantee or a certainty, but for me, it's the players on the pitch, the squad depth, giving him the right tools he needs to challenge. And I think if we do give him the right tools, we will. My worry is that we won't sign the right players. We won't give him the right squad depth, and we will end up not looking. I mean, we'll look better on the pitch than we did last season, just because last season we played fossil football. But in terms of results, we might struggle because we haven't got the players to compete on all fronts, and then we might lack rotation, injuries, and so on and so forth.
Can I ask you guys just a last question before we end the show? Let me just do this. Chelsea had a better midfield than Arsenal for the last 4 years. A better midfield than Arsenal for the last 4 years.
He's right, though. He's not wrong.
He's right. I was going to ask about the midfield, Tom, 100%. Until it's time to then beat Arsenal midfield. Well, you can say the same about Man United under Carrick last season, but if that conversation happens, you will be upset.
You know why you can't, though? Because we didn't play our midfield. We played a midfield 2. We didn't play Kobe. They actually play their midfielders, and they still don't win.
Carrick can beat Arteta, but can Carrick beat the Keith Andrews, the Glasners, the Hoislers, the consistent?
Bro, man, are excited for 2 wonder goals. These United fans are excited for 2 wonder goals that they didn't see again all season. 4 of those
managers.
Oh, come on, man. That didn't happen. That didn't happen again all season, man. Like,
what
literally,
all season?
Your wonder goals against Arsenal.
What are you talking about? What are you on about?
What am I talking about? The 2 goals that, what's his name? Dorgu, and who else scored? Cunha. Like, both wonder goals.
Let me explain it. When you've got great attackers or good players, right? Like you had with Thierry Henry and Dennis Bergkamp, like we have with, I'm not saying he's on their level because he's not, but I'm saying we have with Cunha, they can score a thing called a great goal out of nothing. That's what he did. And he has done that before. He's done that numerous times for Man United. The same way Bruno plays a great pass. We have great players. He's played you twice, Arteta twice, and he's beat him both those times.
Okay, good for you, bro. Win the league, man.
United mid are 2 injuries from Ugarte and Santos, and that is why they need another midfielder there.
Because Ugarte is going to play any.
Ugarte is already injured, by the way, guys. He's out for a while. He's at ECL.
Yeah.
Last question is City's midfield with Enzo,
Anderson, and
Kovacic,
Baladi.
Anderson, and Cherky.
Fucking shit.
Is that better than Arsenal's midfield? Rice,
as well.
Guimarães, and Ødegaard.
No, it's shit.
You need.
But I don't think Enzo.
It's got they got better attacking midfielders because Cherki and Foden are better than Ødegaard. But other than that, the pivot is terrible.
But yeah, Anderson and Enzo Fernandez in a pivot is not good. They're going to be left.
Enzo Fernández is just not a good pivot player, man. Like this,
No.
it's a myth. It's literally a myth. This idea that he's a deep lying midfielder is just not true.
It's
Like,
fucking bullshit, innit?
Would you agree? Would
He's
you
bad at
agree
it.
that he's better in a midfield three, being the progressive one as opposed to the deep lying one?
Yeah, 100%. But if you're playing with a centre attacker, don't have Enzo Fernández in your midfield pivot. Just don't do it. Do you know what I mean? If you're playing like a 6 and 2/8, then yeah, okay, I can see Fernandez like definitely being better at that role. But even with Argentina, man, when what he did with Argentina in the World Cup is he did what he does best. He arrives in important moments and scores big goals. But he wasn't playing well in a deep midfield position for them. Do you know what I mean? He got like a 5 out of 10. It's like
he was awful every game.
Fernandez,
yeah, ridiculous.
Fernandez would
he
have
was
been
pretty
good.
much awful every game. Yeah.
I get cooked.
He wasn't even great. He wasn't even
Fernandez,
great
man.
against England outside the goal.
He wasn't.
Honestly,
For
I
me,
get cooked every day for my opinion on
Fernandez-
Fernandez. I just don't think he fits our midfield at all. And I think
He
that
works-
even Lavia looks better when he's fit.
He works best in the Wijnaldum role when Jurgen Klopp was at Liverpool, where you have Henderson, Fabinho, and Wijnaldum. I think he works best in that Wijnaldum role where he's the one arriving late into the box.
He basically has been the best has been gotten out of him when the fullbacks push into midfield and we form a box midfield essentially, and he's like a bit deeper attacking midfielder like from one side. But outside of that, really, this is why I think the City thing, I'm up for it, man. It's like if they give us 120 bags for Enzo Fernández, I'll be buzzing because I'm like, yeah, cool, means we'll actually get a midfielder in. And I struggle to see, and Enzo Maresca looks to me like he's going to try and set up Man City exactly like he set up Chelsea with getting the ball out to the wingers. I think Semenyo will not look good under Enzo Maresca, man, because he just gets wingers to get the ball to the winger. If the winger doesn't see a really obvious idea to pass it or cross it in or shoot, they don't like them. He doesn't like them drifting in. Then they turn around, they pass it back to the midfielder, they recycle it, and it was boring, mate. It was so boring. So yeah,
you don't rate Maresca, or
it's not that I don't rate Maresca. It's just that I don't think I think that Maresca's style of football gets you over the line if everyone buys into it all of the time. But he like ruined João Pedro. He basically ruined Cole Palmer. That you can see the players that he got the best out of were the 3 ones that Man City are interested in. Malo Gusto, who Maresca loves because he can play everywhere. Enzo Fernández, who had a very specific position in that thing, and Pedro Neto, who was a really astute defensive guy that isn't got loads of great attacking impetus, but at the same time is fine to run the ball up the byline, turn it round, pass it back, recycle it. Maresca's football is very, very patient pedestrian passing until they are sure about an opportunity. There's no excitement. There's no risk taking. He's not into his teams taking risks. You look at João Pedro. João Pedro comes into the Club World Cup, barely gets coached, absolutely smashes it, and looks amazing against PSG. Then all of a sudden, Maresca starts coaching him. He doesn't score for 11 games. Liam Rosenior, who is one of the worst managers I've ever seen at Chelsea, got a better tune out of João Pedro than Enzo Maresca did. Do you know what I mean? So look, if and it's a big if because I haven't seen it yet, but if Man City play the same style of football with Maresca as Chelsea did with Maresca, I think it's not going to go amazingly well.
fair enough. I think he's going to utilize Matthias Nunes, who can invert very well. Nico O'Reilly can invert very well. I think Semenyo is one of the best wingers in the league. Currently, and I've seen him in pre-season. He was lighting things up. He was fantastic, actually, Semenyo. I think we'll see what he does with Cherki, to be honest, because he hasn't played him yet. Like, he hasn't utilized him. We'll see in the Community Shield. I think he's going to try stuff.
Falls off so far. It was the same at Leicester. Started really well. Fell off. Chelsea.
I think the one
really
who struggles.
fell off.
I think the one who struggles for City is Doku. Maresca doesn't like his wingers to be super one-on-one heavy. No, Doku's going to struggle because Doku's not a system player. He's the maverick of that City team. Everyone knows what they're doing, and Doku knows get the ball and attack my fullback. Maresca won't let him play that way.
No, absolutely not. Maresca is anti-maverick. You see it in Cole. And like when Rosenior came in, one of the first things that happened is Cole Palmer came out and said, "Rosenior lets us play with freedom." That was such a pointed moment. Do you know what I mean? And Maresca is very much like he wants you to know exactly what you're doing at any point in the game. And Guardiola was similar, but it's Pep, and he allowed some obviously freedom in his team. Like Maresca for me is a lot stodgier in that respect, I think.
I disagree a little bit with that. I think
they're
like
calm.
he's gonna. I think they're calm. Yeah, I think they're all right. I think he has players that he will utilize them. I don't think it's not about Doku doing the one-on-one thing. Doku's job is very simple on the pitch: drag people, and actually do
Foden's
the
going to
job.
get back to his best.
I don't know about that. I just think that it will not be as bad as if you guys are saying this. That means City aren't even challenging for the league.
No, I think City will be good. I just think certain players will struggle, but I think other players will excel. That's why I think City will still be good.
We'll see how it goes, to be honest with you. But listen, big up Mo, big up Paz, of course, all the people in the chat. Listen, I want to thank everyone that joined us. It's very good conversation in general as well. It's not about transfers as well. Touchline facts in the description. Did a show this morning. Go and check it out, to be honest. Bailage, Sportledge, AFC in the description. Josh's channel in the description as well. The Cup Tribunal. And Matt as well. Upcoming Chelsea, upcoming Liverpool content creators. Of course, you'll see Matt on Mo's channel, see Matt on his own channel. He does really good videos as well. You see Josh on his channel, on Sam's channel. So go and support the guys. This will take you to Ziad, who is back streaming actually currently. Thank you so much for the super chatters. Thank you for the people that support. We're 12 likes away from 200 likes live. So hit that like button, people, before you go. We still got about 500 people here. I will see you guys maybe Saturday or Sunday after the Community Shield. We'll see how it goes. And we're out of here, people.